Hello, everybody. It's The Warm back again for another late night session of Steins. At least for me, at time of recording, it's late at night. And yeah, we're taking our time going through some of the different potential choices we could have made as we went through the first time. And it's been kind of fun so far. Last time, in particular, we went through the discovery of the IBN, minus Krisu, and of course we had to conscript poor Lukaku into our scheme, much to his chagrin. But we got the job done, so yeah. It is interesting to see just exactly what was the. Well, for one, it's showing us which choices were actually choices. But even if they changed the scene a little bit, obviously they're still leading towards the same direction, you know? Krista wasn't around, but we got the IBN and we got it back to our place. And then there was the one where we tried not to talk to Moeka, but then Okabe got tired of getting emailed, and so ended up contacting her anyway and giving her the information anyway. So, yeah. I mean, in some sense, that's to be expected, considering, you know, there's a story that the writers have a story they want to tell, and so, obviously, the only choices that are going to matter, or that's not the right way to say it. The only sort of really big changes are going to be when it's affecting what ending you get. Otherwise, the choices just sort of change the context of some of the scenes. So, let's get back to it. I think we're going to have to make some important. I have some important directions here. Some of the moments we get to here in Chapter 3. Well, I see one where it says I'm going to have to lock a save. So I think we're going to be starting to get into more important things here. Let's see what we can get to today. Okay. Skipping ahead. This is when we learn about the jelly men, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing. I mean, certainly, I can recall the first time going through this, it's a disturbing idea that an entity like CERN, which we have more context for it now, but so looking back on it at this point, an evil organization like CERN is doing essentially sacrificing however many hundreds or thousands of people, tossing them into the past. And it's a bit of an odd thing. Well, clearly they were at a stage where they're still trying to figure out time travel themselves. But that seems so risky to me. Like, say one of the jelly men didn't jellify and was able to survive the trip. What was the plan after that? What did I'm curious what CERN would have said to them. Because it's not like Suzuha, where she has a whole dang machine that she can get into and go to the past. And presumably, if it's the completed version of the time travel machine, she could probably go to the future, I think? I think I'm remembering that right? It's much more basic than that for these Jellyman experiments. So yeah. Unless the idea is even more evil than that, in that maybe CERN never expected any of them to survive at all. Maybe they expected them all to become Jellymen, in a sense. And then CERN, in the present, would find these Jellymen and, I don't know, be able to gather data from that. Maybe? Like, how awful of an idea is that? Ugh. Definitely unpleasant to think about. Okay, first thing here. We're gonna have to make a save. Let me do that real quick. 1 second. Okay. I've made a save and I've locked it. And now we're going to reply. This should be Ferris. Yes, it is. Okay. Phantasm is the cat's meow. Have you bought Phantasm's debut single, Nya? It's the theme song for Rainet Kakeru, so it's really popular. Ferris bought 5 copies, Nya. It's my duty as a Rainetter. Anyway, there's an important secret hidden in Phantasm's songs. The key to unlocking it is... Oops, the bell's ringing, Nya. Looks like someone's here. Better see who it is. Okay, and we're going to reply with Phantasm. That band's vocalist. I feel a strong resonance from her. Ooh, how dramatic, Okabe. What do you mean by that, pray tell? Okay. Now we should be good to skip ahead some more. Okay, this should be from... Aha, Suzuha. Hungry. I'm so hungry I had to skip breakfast again today. I don't have much money on hand. Are there any good places to find insect or weeds around here? I can get by on my survival skills if I have to. We're going to say insects, or weeds. You eat insects. How hardcore of you? Yes, quite. Sometimes I'm a bit confused on what exactly Suzuha's reality is like. Because yes, that is hardcore. In a sense. And yet, she's clearly heard... Well, I don't know, some of the things she says, like I can recall... Oh, what was it? Was it during her ending where she talked about how no one has any life in their eyes? It's interesting to me that even though she presumably grew up in that environment, she's still able to, well, act pretty normal, all things considered. I wonder who exactly taught her these survival skills? I mean, we know she was a part of the resistance, but... Huh. Okay. I believe we can go ahead and continue on. Okay. Is this getting into Lotto 6? Yeah, I think this is when we get into Lotto 6. Buy from Suzuha. If you cook them right, they can taste surprisingly good. Yeah, I've heard there have been some... How would you describe this? I don't know if a push might be too strong a term. There have been some entities, articles, the news. There are some entities, as I said, that have been sort of advocating or at least mentioning the idea of eating insects and how... I'm probably getting this wrong, but, you know, they have a good amount of protein or calories or whichever it is, something like that. But then I've heard on the other side, people worry because with insects in particular, they can have lots of parasites in them, as opposed to... Now, of course, other animals can as well, but in particular, insects can carry a lot of them, and so if they're not prepared right, they can be dangerous in that sense. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know, just me personally, I don't think I'd be comfortable eating insects, but that's just me. Yeah. But of course, if we're talking survival here, you know, that would certainly change the equation. So, if I had to, I would eat any bugs you cook, Suzuha. Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
そういえばさ、この前の D メールも文章は途中で切れてたよな。
Okay. I believe we can just keep going here.
そうだったか?
That reminds me the email from before was cut up mid-sentence too, was it?
そうそう、着歴見てみなよ。僕は確かオカリンは変態って送ったはずだお。
Yeah, look at your history. I'm pretty sure I sent Ocarines a perv. Ocarines a pit.
確かに。こちらも2つに分割されているな。
Right, this one got split too.
何が原因なのかしら?
Yes, we know why. We know at this point why. We got the, what was it, 32 bits?
お世辞にも綺麗なシャワー室とはね。このビル自体がボロいからな。
Okay. Message from Lukako. About frogs. Kyoma-san, are you familiar with Gero froggies? They were a huge fad last year. We had tons of them at the shrine, so if you'd like, could you take a few off our hands? Dad brought a whole box home for some reason. Then he said they were for me. I don't know what to do with them. Yes, I was so bewildered, I couldn't do any practice swings with the Samadare. Of course. We're gonna go ahead with the Gero Froggies response, as you do. Those weird-looking frogs... Excuse me, those weird-looking frog things were... Those weird-looking frog things that were popular with teenage girls in Shibuya last year, right? If I'm not mistaken, they came out with a wide variety of them. Obviously, these Gero Froggies are... They pale in comparison to the mighty Upa, so that's clearly why they didn't last. Okay. That was a weird scene. This one too. But this one was this one was actually a dream, right? This wasn't like the one vision we had where we were sent however many tens of millions of years back. This was actually like a dream, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this one don't answer. Because it's Moeka. We don't trust that. It says I have mail. This must be what woke me up. I stare blankly at my phone's flickering display. My mind and body feel like lead. I don't want to move. I don't want to think. My phone rings again, signaling another email. But instead of checking it, I lie back down on the sofa and... there is a reserved knock on the door. Next comes a muffled voice. I couldn't quite catch what was said, but it sounded like a woman's voice. Don't tell me. Is it the person who's been sending these mails? There's only one person who's sent me mails with such frequency. I get up from the sofa, annoyed. I check the clock. It's 9 a.m. I slept for over 15 hours. No wonder I feel so lethargic. Oh, we can skip this. Sorry, Moeka, we need to ignore you. I've never seen anyone act like this before. Or maybe this is the curse of the Esper power known as Shining Finger. Use it too much and you lose the ability to talk normally. I'm not reading it. Moeka's shoulders twitch.
目の前にいるのにわざわざメールでやり取りするバカがどこにいるというのだ
I'd feel like an idiot exchanging emails when you're standing right in front of me. Besides, I don't have the energy to read each and every email right now.
口頭で頼む
Speak. But instead of speaking, she just stares at her phone. I see her cheeks faintly stiffen. She's probably daunted by my aura of madness. Understandable. I am the Seeker of Chaos, after all.
いい
Is it okay? Oh, now she's talking. Too bad I don't understand what she means.
わかるように頼む
Is what okay? I don't miss the way Moeka quickly scans the room.
IBN5100 見せてほしい
Please show me the IBN 5100.
いいだろうしかし見せるだけだそして見たら帰るのだそれでいいか
Fine. But just look. After you look, you leave, okay? I won't sell or lend it to her, no matter what. Machine is of critical... Well, that's not what the sentence says. That machine is critical to our hacking operation against CERN, the enemy. Moeka bites her lip, but she soon nods faintly, and we can continue on. Yeah, sorry Moeka, we're not listening to you. It's probably not worth the effort to read the email. Screw it. It would be over in a second if she just talked. Silence. Moeka fidgets nervously and stares at my feet.
メールを
Mail.
口頭で頼む
Speak. Instead of speaking, Moeka turns and points her phone at the box.
おい何をしている
Hey, what are you doing? You took a picture. I stab my index fingers at Moeka. You know what's funny? Now that we know quite a lot at this point, I have to wonder what would have been Mr. Braun's reaction when Moeka, she took these pictures. Obviously, she sent them to FB, and then the next thing would most likely be FB asking, "Okay, where'd you find it?" And what would his response be after Moeka said, "Oh, it's at this shop for old CRT TVs." And Mr. Braun would be thinking, "Oh, well, that's quite a coincidence. I, in fact, have a shop of CRT monitors." Of course, that kind of goes back to the question of, how this is all set up. I think last time I thought about it was the idea we settled on, or at least I settled on, that Mr. Braun is the reason why there's the cable to CERN. It makes sense since, you know, he's directly working for them, so he would have a direct line to them. So maybe it's less CERN knew in advance that the lab would be here, and more just a coincidence since FB happens to be here. Unless, wait. Is the whole shop just a front? Is it a similar thing to... I think I talked about this at some point. Remember, Suzuha is working here just so she can be near here because, you know, she's from the future, so she knows certain things about where people are going to be, so she got a job nearby. Could it be that Mr. Braun set up the shop for similar reasons? Because, you know, the idea was something like, well, how much business could this shop actually do? And it never seems to do any business at all. So how is Mr. Braun supporting himself? And how is he able to hire a part-timer even? That sort of thing. I don't know. If that was ever spelled out to us, I don't recall it. It might just be implied. Okay, let's continue. Stab my index fingers at Moeka.
いいか動くな。おとなしくしろ。携帯をゆっくりと奥の棚に置くんだ。早くしろ。妙な動きをしたらただで怒んぞ。
Don't move. Do as I say. Place your phone slowly on the shelf inside. Do it now. Any sudden movements and you're dead. You know, okay, just another random thought, actually. We've established that FB certainly does care about Moeka. At least in some sense. So why would FB, who cares about Moeka, at least a little bit, why would he put her in charge of the raid to get the IBN? And essentially give her a kill order of, hey, you know, you're gonna kidnap these guys. If there's anyone in the way, kill them. Because that certainly doesn't seem to me to be that caring of a thing to do. Although at that point it may not be in his hands anymore. It may not be under, you know, if she's the one who discovered it and knows where it is, maybe he had no choice but to send her. Seems a bit weird to me, though. Fortunately, Moeka complies. She places her phone on the shelf. But she doesn't let go. She keeps her hand on it.
なぜ写真を撮った？
Why did you take a picture?
撮りたくて。
I wanted to.
許可を取ろうと思えばできたはずだ。なぜそうしない？
You could have asked for permission. Why didn't you?
メールで聞いたわ。
I asked by mail. So that was excuse me. So that was what the last mail was about? Sorry. I tried to say it as just a regular sentence and not a question.
なんだそうだったのか。口頭で聞けよ。
Oh, you really need to learn how to talk. But why did she take a picture? Oh, right, she works at a magazine. Are the pictures for an article? Who uses a phone to take pictures for publication? Something tells me she's not very good at her job. Or maybe she's so nervous about interviewing me that she forgot her camera? At any rate, I'm starting to feel sorry for her.
OK だ。自由に撮ってもらって構わん。ただし、この俺の顔以外だ。もしも撮ったら、俺はお前の口を封じるしかなく、
Alright, you can take as many pictures as you want, but on one condition. No face shots. If you take a picture of me, I'll have no choice but to silence you.
撮るつもりないから岡部君の顔は
I don't want your picture. Your face is... Ooh! My goodness. Moeka, how are you going to finish that sentence? I mean... On the few moments that we do get a good look at Okabe, he is, you know, a bit lanky and a bit... He has that kind of scruff on his chin. You know, he's not the most... You know, well, maybe I shouldn't continue speaking. Alright. So they get another mail. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think we still need to keep going. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to just keep going. This time... It's so absurd that I have to go along with her tedious mail talk. It's probably just another worthless mail from Moeka. If she wants to assert herself, then she should speak up. After staring at me for several seconds, she grabs the cardboard box and starts to lift.
っておいおい待て待て
Hey, hold it right there.
何をやっているのだ
What are you doing?
持って帰ろうと
Taking it home.
ふざけるな誰が持って帰っていいと言った
Like hell you are. Who said you could? Fortunately, she's much too weak to lift the behemoth of a computer.
メールの返事がなかったから
You didn't reply to my mail.
何
What? I quickly checked the most recent mail. Borrow the 5100, or I want to borrow the 5100, can I? Since you're not replying, I guess that means I can borrow it, thanks. So if I don't reply, that means it's okay? I see the logic behind...
って暴論だぞそれは
No, that argument's just irrational. Moeka's still clinging to the cardboard box.
とりあえず離れろ
Step away from the machine. He listens to me and reluctantly stands up.
いいかよく聞け
Now listen well.
幻のレトロ PC IBN5100 はその主人としてこの俺法院京馬を選び契約した
The Phantom Retro PC, the IBM 5100, has chosen me, Hoing Kyoma, as its contractual master. And we can keep going. Nope, we're still refusing. Nope. Keep ignoring it. Yes. Maybe that's a point. Normally Moeka just kind of fades into the background. This could be her way of forcing people to pay attention to her. I ignored the ringtone and go back to the development room.
言いたいことがあるなら口頭で
You want to say something, then say it to my... I lose my breath mid-sentence. Moeka is staring straight at me. Moeka, whose eyes never leave her phone.
メールを見て
Read the email. Her serious tone gives me pause.
口頭で
Say it to my...
メールを過去へ送る
Sending email to the past.
の
今そう言っていた
That's what he said.
教えて
Tell me. Daru, you idiot. How could you make such a basic mistake? I need to talk my way out of this somehow. You're gonna do it wonderfully, Okabe. I just know you are. Yep. It goes wonderfully, guys. Don't worry about it.
Hmm?
Nope. Ignore it still. Oh, wait. Maybe we don't ignore this one. Alright, hold the phone, everyone. 1 second. Okay, let's see if this one is one of it. Lukako, yes. Okay. More news about the frogs. Thank goodness, I was waiting with bated breath. There are only 2 or 3 types in the box. I'll send you a picture. If you want any, please tell me. I'll bring them over. P.S. I did 10 practice things. Well, thank goodness about that. That's definitely something we needed to know. Wow. Well, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Wow, not... You've gotten me twice in a row, game. Or story. Wow. That's incredible. I can see why they didn't last very long. Okay. Well, apparently I can actually... Hang on. Son of a gun. Oh, isn't that kind of fun, huh? I think we gotta go with the Upa here, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the right choice. The superior collectible in all things. Okay. Let's just keep going. Still ignoring Moeka.
だったら一緒
And we just did the Lotto's. No.
そうだ。メールは
Did we do the Lotto 6, I think? Yeah. There it is. Lotto 6. Okay. And this one looks like Okabe will do it himself. Mail arrived a week ago, yes. Hey, Lukako.
二度と思い出したくないのだな。
Okay. From Faris. The vocalist is a beautiful girl. The vocalist FES, also known as the fallen angel who accepted chaos, and her... what would this be? I think I've seen this before. I'm not sure. Is it Coxitus? Coxitus? Not sure. Her atmosphere has changed a little since her indie days. Alright. And we're gonna want to choose chaos. I am become chaos, bearing the endless pain. Yes, quite. Okay. I can never.
聞いちゃった。やるねこの。
I can never look at Naya the same way anymore. Okay. Become chaos, yeah. What have you sent me, Ferris? Yeah, alright. Thanks for that, Ferris. Okay. Alright, so this one we can just continue. Lance Foster's advice, get in touch with Tidor. After all, what am I experiencing right now? Do you mean Chris sitting over there isn't the same Chris with whom I discussed Lotto 6? Yes. And this isn't the laboratory we discussed it? Yes. How can that be?
何もぞもぞやってんの?
What's wrong with you? Stop fidgeting. Chris glares at me coldly. Damn it. He's looking at me like I'm a perv again. Keep telling her I'm not a perv. I'm hoeing Kyoma. Anyway, why am I the only one who remembers what happened? That's another question I'll ask John Tidor. I don't know if he's a real time traveler, but he did help with the IBN 5100, so I'm inclined to trust him. But what should I write? Should I tell him everything? In any case, worrying about it won't solve anything. Enough stalling. Take out my phone. Said we received mail. If it's from Moeka, guessing we just ignore it. Okay, call from Daru. We're gonna ignore this one. To Tidor. Tidor's calling me. Start, I look at my phone's display. It's Daru! I click my tongue in disappointment. Don't scare me like that.
クリスティーナ、お前に話しておきたいことがある。
Christina, there's something I want to talk to you about.
その前に電話出なくていいわけ?
Shouldn't you answer your phone first?
ダルからだ。どうせくだらない内容だろう。
It's Daru. It's probably something stupid. Before he left, Daru said he was going to Mayqueen. He had a silly grin on his face. There's no way he'd suddenly call me for something serious.
あんたって本当に独善的だな。
You're really self-righteous, you know.
お前は覚えていないかもしれないが、 俺はさっき D メールで過去を変えた。
You might not remember this, but earlier I changed the past with a D-mail. Krisu stares at me. Her expression is more stern than usual.
私はあんたの言葉が冗談なのか本気なのか見極められるほど付き合いが長くない。
I haven't known you long enough to be able to tell when you're serious.
だが事実だ。そして俺以外の全ての人間がそのことを忘れた。いや、正確に言うならその事実が消滅した。
It happened, and then everyone except me forgot about it. Or rather, the fact that it happened was erased from history.
過去を変えたから現在も変わったって？バタフライ効果ね。でもあんたの言ってることはデタラメ。
The past changed, so the present changed with it. The butterfly effect, huh? But what you're saying is nonsense.
なぜそう言い切る？
Why do you say that?
なんで岡部は過去を変えたことを覚えてるの？
Why do you remember that the past changed?
タイムマシンで物理的に過去へ行って歴史を変えてきたというのならまだギリギリ説明がつく。
If you used a time machine to physically travel to the past and change history, then that might explain it. Barely.
でも D メールの場合だとあんたは現在から一歩も動いていないことになるのよ。
But with a D-mail, you haven't taken one step outside the present, have you?
だから現在が変わって私たちが変化したならあんたも変化していないと矛盾が生まれる。
So, if the present changed, and we changed with it, you would have to change too.
それとも自分は観測者だから変化しないとでも言うつもり？その場合あんたはこう主張していることになる。自分は人間という存在ではないって。
Or are you saying you didn't change because you're the observer? In that case, you're claiming that you're not a human being. I understand what Chris is saying, and I don't have the means to convince her otherwise. We need to bring up the spoon. Drat, he doesn't know about the spoon yet. That's exactly why I'm trying to get in touch with Taitor.
すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択であり、この俺の持つ魔眼、リーディングシュタイナーの力によるものだ。
Everything is the choice of Steins Gate. This is the power of my magic reading, Steiner. You know, I'm glad we learned recently from Okabe. Was it last time? It was either last time or the time before where we saw that new scene with Moeka, where instead of going to see Ferris and her Rhinet thing, we talked with Moeka outside. I find it funny that we just learned there that apparently everyone has their own personal Steins Gate. It's incredible. We're slowly learning the intricacies of Okabe's own personal Chuni experience. It's fascinating.
また始まった。
And he's at it again. Ursu sighs and goes back to her book.
あんたのお遊びには付き合ってられないわ。どうせそのリーディングなんたらってたった今命名したんでしょ。
I'm not playing along with your games. I bet you came up with that reading whatever thing just now, didn't you?
は
I should have known better than to approach Krisu unprepared. There's still not enough information, even for a mad scientist like me, to explain the things I've experienced. I bite my lip in frustration.
うん。
Okay. This is one I think we've seen before. Yeah, we know this one. Mm-hmm.
Me
Another mail comes. Yep. Hey, there's the thing. You know what's kind of weird to me? It's weird to me. No, Susan does mention this again, doesn't she? This whole Messiah thing. I'm pretty sure she does. Never mind. Okay. We are now in chapter 4. Yes, that's right. Cool, very cool. Okay. I started a bit late tonight, so I think I'll probably call it there. Yeah. I should call it now. I'd like to try and get up a bit early tomorrow. My neck is just... It's been feeling sore past few days. Ugh. Okay. In any case, not too much happened today. We got to, mess with Moeka a bit by not playing along with her emails. But otherwise, not much. Little conversation with Krisu there. Yeah. All right. Next time we'll be moving right along once again. Hopefully, some interesting things happen. And yeah, I've been the Warm. This has been Steins. I hope you're doing all right, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.